Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be all about highlighting and contouring, and I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different contour kits which I currently own, and I'm gonna tell you like what I like and what I don't like about each of them, and I'll tell you which one is my best or which one I would recommend you guys to go out and get. First contour kit I'm going to be talking about is the well-known Anastasia contour kit, and I think she was the first to come out with a contour kit, which like kind of started this whole thing where every other company came out with theirs. It just comes like this, and it's really like a really nice size, so it's small. I'll say contour kits are probably more suitable for anyone that's kind of like a makeup artist, or like if you kind of do other people's makeup other than yours, because they have multiple shades. And I don't know, if it's just your personal makeup you're doing, you kind of only need one highlight shade and one contour shade. I don't see why anyone would need 3 different contour shades. This is just what the Anastasia contour kit looks like. It comes with 6 different shades. There are 3 highlight shades and 3 contour shades at the bottom. This is the original version, because now she has come out with a dark version which is for like people with deeper skin tones. And yeah, I just thought the original version would suit me better because I like the tones that this one has, and I really wanted this banana shade. This shade right here is vanilla, and it's just a peachy shade which will be good for people with fair to medium skin tones. This is banana. Banana is just a yellow highlighting powder, and this one is called sand, and sand is just a shimmery highlight shade, and I really don't like sand at all because it comes out kind of powdery, and I don't like powdery highlights. For the contour shades, this palette also comes with 3 contour shades, and this one is called Java, and this one is called Fawn, and this one is Havana. And Havana is the darkest shade of all 3 of them, and it's just like a reddish undertone type of shade for contouring, and the Fawn is just like a neutral undertone shade, and then Java is more of like a cool undertone shade. Firstly, I think that this palette is okay, considering the fact that more brands are coming out with contour and highlight palettes. This palette is just, I would give it a 6/10. Firstly, it's like when you try to apply it and you try to blend it out, it's not as pigmented as you would think. I put on the contour shades and I try to blend it in. Sometimes it comes off kind of blotchy, and I don't really like that look. So I don't know, maybe it'll look better if you try and like layer it over a cream contour or something like that. And yeah, I just don't find that the powders are as creamy as they should be. And this palette was $53. For that price, I just expected a little bit more, and maybe that's why I was kind of disappointed with this palette. On the plus side, it comes with interchangeable shades. So if you really like one of the shades, let's say you really love banana and you run out of that, you don't have to go out and buy the whole palette. You can just purchase banana and then pop it out and just replace that shade if you wanted to. So that's a plus. I really like that about it, but other than that, I'm not really impressed with this palette, and I'll show you guys how it swatches. It's not that great. I was really excited about this highlight shade, the banana shade, and I was gonna use that to set underneath my eyes, but I really don't use it because I find that it makes me really ashy underneath my eyes and it just looks kind of gray. Overall, this palette it's okay. And another thing I don't like about this palette is that it doesn't come with a mirror. Like for $53 I expect a mirror in the palette. The second palette I'm going to be talking about is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and this palette is actually so amazing. This palette also comes with 6 shades, and it's 3 contour shades which are at the bottom and 3 highlight shades which are at the top. And this one is called Subconscious, this one is called Shadow Play, and this one is called Summer. This highlight shade is called Levitation, this one is called Lyric, and this one is called Lucid. And this palette is a lot bigger in size and a lot bulkier than the Anastasia contour kit. Yeah, but the plus about this palette is that it comes with, I love the fact that it comes with a nice size mirror, so you can use the mirror while you use the palette. I love the formulation of this palette. It's super creamy, and once you're like applying it on the skin, it just blends in and like melts into your foundation and the rest of your makeup. And I have this palette on today. I have Somber in my cheekbones, and I put a little bit of the Lyric shade underneath my eyes. It's so blendable, and the powders are super soft, and they just melt into your skin. And I haven't even come across any face powder that feels as creamy as these powders do. Just as I'm rubbing my fingers through it, it feels super soft, and the shadows are so pigmented. So it also helps that it's easy to blend, because even if you apply too much, you can kind of blend it away. The only downside about this palette is that the shades are not interchangeable, so you're not able to take out any of the shades and like replace them. So let's say you really love one of the highlight shades and you run out of them, you would have to go and like spend the $55 to get that one shade. Other than that, the palette is actually worth the $50 it costs. It's actually quite suitable for all skin tones, and all the shades are neutral, so there's no like warm shade or like really cool shades. All the shades are like neutral and like gray, which is perfect for contouring because your shadows are not cool and they're not warm, they're just neutral. So this mimics that perfectly. And if you're really dark, the Somber shade will be really perfect on your skin. And if you're light, you can use any of these shades on the side. Yeah, I love this palette and I would recommend it over the Anastasia palette. The last palette I'm talking about is the City Colors Color Contour Effects, and it just looks like this. And this palette is a very small palette and it's easy to carry around. I mostly love the contour shade over here. It just has 3 shades, 1 highlight shade, 1 bronze shade, and 1 contour shade. I do think that this palette is more suited for darker skin tones. I really don't like the highlight shade. It's just like a powdery white shimmery shade and I don't really like it. I really like the bronze shade because it's just nice. If you apply too much contour, you can just use the bronze shade to like blend everything out. Or if you're not trying to go for like a harsh contour look, you can just use the bronze shade alone and it will just give you a nice bronzy look. I think that the warm contour works for certain looks, and the neutral tone contour also works for some looks. But I reach for this palette a lot and I probably use it more than any of the 2 other palettes that I have previously mentioned. And another good thing about this palette is the price. It was, I believe it was $12 from Beauty Joint, and I would leave the link down below. So if you're on a budget, this is a good palette to grab for contouring. And yeah, you just need to use a really light hand because it's really pigmented, and if you apply too much you can kind of look like you were rolling in mud, which we don't want. A downside to this palette is that it doesn't have a mirror, but I think that that's okay for the price. It was only $12. So this is the bronze shade, and this is the contour shade. As you can see, the contour shade is really pigmented and it's really dark, and you can come off looking kind of harsh if you put too much. One thing I love about the City Colors palette is that it doesn't come off streaky. So more affordable powders can kind of give you the patchy look on your face, which you don't want. And this palette is just, it's so creamy and it just glides on super smooth, and it's really pigmented, which is what I love about it. So these are my most recommended palettes for contouring. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I helped you decide on which contour kit you should purchase if you were looking to get one. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.